What's up guys, Mark back here with yet another Sony A6300 video, and on today's show I want to basically do a test on a question that I had about the camera. I was actually kind of surprised that no one else asked this question, but maybe you guys remember back in, I think it was April of last year, I was having just the most awful time trying to get the Yongnuo YN560 Mark IVs to actually work on the Sony A6000. And I couldn't ever get it to happen. It was never working out for me at all. I do know that there were a couple of other YouTube photographers that managed to get it to work and it was fine or whatever, but it just never worked out for me. And I did a lot of work trying to make that happen. What I'm gonna do today is I'm actually gonna test the two off-brand camera flashes that I own on the Sony A6300 and see if I can actually get those to work with this particular camera. So if you guys are ready, let's go ahead and check this thing out. Okay, so first up, we've got the Aperlite YH700C flash. Let me go ahead and turn it on. And I've got it set to 1/28th of a second power, 24mm zoom. It's on manual, as you can see right here, indicated by the M. And I know it doesn't matter, but as soon as I don't say it, someone will go, hey man, what settings were you using or whatever. So I'm just gonna go ahead and turn this camera on real quick. And all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna hit fire and see if we can actually get a flash from this unit. So here we go. So we do in fact have high-speed sync capability with the Aperlite YH700C on the Sony A6300. Now I'm going to go ahead and swap it to single shot. Let's go ahead and fire it. 2, 3, 4, 5. So the Aperlite YH700C still works perfect. I never had any problem with this particular flash on the Sony A6000, but you know, it's always good to test this kind of stuff just in case. The real question is going to be whether or not the Yongnuo YN560 Mark IVs work on the Sony A6300. So let's grab that flash and try it out. Okay, so as you can see here, this is in fact the YN560 Mark IV. I'm just going to go ahead and pop it on here, and I'm not going to do that little sort of like, I don't know what it was. You had a bunch of people on YouTube that were slipping the flash in and then kind of backing it off a little bit. I've got this thing wedged all the way in, and I'm just going to lock it down. I'm not going to do any sort of special finagling or any sort of photographic trickery or anything. I've got this on set to manual, 1/8 of a second power, 35mm. Again, it doesn't matter, but as soon as I don't say it, someone will be like, hey man, what were your settings? So I reveal them just in case. Anyway, so here we go. This is on single shot mode. 1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shot, 4 shot, 5 shot. All right, so this is pretty significant news because I've altered nothing on this camera. I've not scratched off any paint. I've not done any finagling with the hot shoe. I've not tried to do some sort of weird do-it-yourself hack on this particular camera. All I've done is I have slipped the flash directly into the hot shoe. No finagling required, and it's just firing perfect every single time. I do have a second Yongnuo YN560 Mark IV flash, so I do want to go ahead and test that one out just in case to make sure that it's not just a fluke with this one specific flash. This is the second Yongnuo YN560 Mark IV flash. This time I've got it at 1/4 power, 35mm on manual, and we're ready to go. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit this thing a couple of times and make sure that it works as well. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there you have it. There you go, folks. The Yongnuos actually work on the Sony A6300. Absolutely no problems whatsoever. No finagling required. You're not going to have to butcher your hot shoe in order to try to get it to work. No back and forth movements. No crank it off to the side. No, you know, twist it down really hard. I mean, it's working perfectly. So for those of you that don't want to invest in any extremely overpriced brand name flashes, you're good to go. You can use the throwaway technology that is Yongnuo, and you should be perfectly fine. So If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Share the video on the internet with your friends, family, on the social medias of the world. And also, if you enjoy this kind of content, please consider subscribing to the channel. It's totally going to help me out. And if you liked any of the gear that we discussed or showed in this video, I'm going to have links to all that down in the description box below. And each and every time that you click on one of those links and you pick something up, it really does help me out. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but I get a little bit of a kickback that helps me to continue to make videos just like this. At any rate, guys, thanks again for stopping here at the Photo Video Show. I'm your host, Mark Puckett, and I'll see you guys again on the next one. Peace.